Hello and welcome to Monday night, our Monday night Natural Solutions Workshop. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to see all of you here. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ani and Ani Sinkagrani, and I'm from California. We have beautiful weather today, sunny outside, and I just love the sun. So I was introduced to the doTERRA essential oils or any oils back 8 years ago. I didn't know anything about oils. I didn't know what they were. And I was just doing a favor to my husband who asked me if I could just buy something from his friend's wife, just to support her. So she came over, we sat on my kitchen table and
Ani, you're muted.
oh my God, the whole time? Ah, sorry. Okay.
Right when you were telling about sitting at your kitchen table, then you muted.
Oh my God, I apologize. Okay, so thanks for watching. Yeah. So I smelled this one brown bottle. It was Serenity Essential Oil, and I fell in love with it. It was so calming, soothing, and I really needed that oil at that moment. So I fell in love, and I, ordered that, and I ordered this top 10 oils, and here we are today, 8 years later, loving the oils, sharing the oils, and I shared it with everyone I knew. And so now we wanted to go ahead and jump into our workshop. A few things I want to talk to you about this workshop, how it will go. Helpful to have a pen and paper ready to take notes and write down questions. We love to honor your time. This workshop is going to be about an hour long. You'll want to stay until the end because we have a great giveaway. It will be it's a really helpful gift. We'll be using the chat feature throughout this workshop. So let's warm it up by clicking on the chat button and telling us where you're from. We always want our workshops to be personal and helpful for you. Let's start with a personal assessment for you and your family. So what areas of your health would you like help with? The numbers representing the areas you or someone in your household struggles with. Would it be number 1, digestive issues? 2, headaches, pain, and inflammation. 3, immunity issues. Stress and anxiety, which would be 4. 5 would be energy and stamina. Number 6, sleep issues. And number 7, blood sugar regulation. I think you'll be excited at the many options you have to take care of the root issues for your health. So we see 2, 6, we see a lot of different ones. So, and gosh, I feel like, it changes for me depending on the day. So we're going to look at 2 different approaches to health as we begin this workshop, the modern approach versus the natural approach. Before we do, I want to share a few studies with you. The FDA estimates that 200,000 Americans are hospitalized every year because of overdoses and side effects of NSAIDs, anti-inflammatory drugs such as Advil, ibuprofen, and aspirin. They are also the cause of thousands of deaths per year. Even Tylenol is known to cause liver damage if used excessively. If you'd like supporting study, let your wellness advocate know. I share this information because it reflects our modern approach to medicine. In the modern approach, we turn to pills and prescriptions as a primary solution to address physical problems and symptoms. These can have dangerous side effects and even risk of addiction. Because this approach often focuses on symptoms, root causes can often get overlooked. In addition, we're looking at $6.5 trillion spent each year on global healthcare. Are we healthier? Check out the natural approach. In this approach, we focus on the root causes and use a plant-based approach because our body recognizes plant sources. What creates disease in the body? Let's shift gears and look at the diseases. 3 main factors that cause disease in our body. First, nutrient deficiency. Second, inflammation. And third, toxic overload. Nutrition is the core of our immune function. When our nutrition buckets in our body are filled, we function optimally with energy, with clarity of thinking, good mood, great sleep, and a little to no inflammation. According to the Environmental Working Group, see the chart up here, 95% of the US adults are deficient in vitamin D. 94% are deficient in vitamin E. 61% are deficient in magnesium. The nutrition buckets in our body are not full, which means most of us do not have a great baseline health. The results of nutrient deficiency varies by the body, but I'll list a few just for you. We have inflammation, headaches, lack of sleep, foggy thinking, lack of energy, digestive issues. Poor nutrition is the #1 cause of poor health. Let's look at what causes inflammation. The biggest contributors are sugar. It's nearly in everything we consume nowadays. Stress and lack of sleep, toxins in our environment, bad oil shared vegetable, canola, etc. Chronic inflammation is linked to diseases like autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, cardiovascular diseases like high blood pressure and heart disease, gastrointestinal disorders like inflammatory bowel disease, headache, metabolic disease like type 2 diabetes, lung disease like asthma, mental illness like depression and joint pain. Let's take a look at toxic load. Toxic load is the third area that we're looking at as a source of for disease, and it refers to the chemicals in our body that build up from the environment, processed foods, pesticide use, and personal care products. The Product Safety Commission tested and found 150 cleaning chemicals that are linked to ADD, asthma, cancer, reproductive problems, respiratory problems, and more. We can't always control what we come into contact with outside of the house, but we can make smarter choices in our homes. So what do we do with all of this? I want to next introduce my friend Traci, who will be our next speaker. Traci?
Thanks, Ani. I apologize, everybody. I can't get my camera to work and figure it out, so you just get my name. We're just about ready to see our first health solution. However, before we do that, let's go to the chat feature. Who here uses a supplement? Think vitamins like D, C, B. Maybe you take a multivitamin or an omega. If you take any kind of supplement, put what you take in the chat box, please. Okay, I see a couple. Now let's take a quick peek at the supplement industry. A study by the FDA from 2007 to 2016 detected contaminants in 776 dietary supplements produced by 146 companies. Another study of 3 leading memory supplements found that 2 of them didn't even contain the active ingredient listed on the label. The supplement industry is not heavily regulated. Products can contain lots of fillers and not much of the ingredients listed. If you have some reservations or hesitation as to whether a product would work or not, this information supports your concerns. As I mentioned, the supplement industry is not heavily regulated. Here's a story from a fellow wellness advocate whose son works in a health food store. He told his mother that when a supplement on the shelf is tested and found to be missing, an active ingredient listed on the label. The store has up to 9 months to remove that product from the shelves. That's concerning. Because our standard American diet is deficient in most vitamins and nutrients, it is necessary to supplement to get our body what it needs to function properly at a baseline level. So let's make sure we are using safe and effective supplements. Ready to learn about that first health solution? doTERRA is known for its safe and effective oils, but did you know that the lifelong vitality supplements are doTERRA's best-selling product because they effectively address all 3 disease areas we just mentioned: nutrient deficiency, inflammation, and toxic overload. Think of this as the necessary foundation of your health house. In addition, this line helps support the cleansing and filtering out of toxins. There are 3 supplements in this line: a food nutrient, cellular repair, and your omegas. This line is your micronutrients. Lifelong Vitality fills the nutrient buckets in your body. It contains powerful antioxidants to help protect our DNA. It's made with whole food ingredients. It's 95% bioavailable for your body. The average supplement is 20 to 30% bioavailable. This product has gotten more people off their over-the-counter and prescription drugs more than any other product doTERRA sells. And I have a little testimony to share. My mom, who's 76 now, I started her on the Lifelong Vitality about 1.5 years ago. And she doesn't have aches and pains like she used to. She has way more energy. She doesn't have brain fog, and she actually feels like getting up and doing something, which was not normal for her. So that's a win for Lifelong Vitality. These clinical trial results are based on blood work taken before and after subjects who took doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality supplements for 2 months while continuing their normal diet and exercise habits. Statistically significant improvement with their blood lipids, fasting insulin, cardiovascular biomarkers, reduced triglyceride levels in the blood and cellular inflammation, positive effects on biochemical indicators of cardiovascular health, antioxidants, inflammation, blood glucose regulation, the overall improvement with mental clarity, energy, motivation, control, balance, and happiness. I consider LLV as part of my food budget. It's less than a cup of coffee at your favorite coffee place. If you purchase it through our customer rewards program, you also get points to get other products for free. Now we're going to focus on our gut health specifically. Lifelong Vitality paired with PB Restore and Terrazyme is our highest recommendation. The gut plays a vital role in our overall health and well-being. Often called our second brain, the gut is vital in everything from our weight to our immune function to our mental wellness. doTERRA's PB Restore Probiome Complex is our patented duo capsule delivery system. It is a unique formulation of 30 pre, pro, and postbiotics that help restore microbial diversity and balance for optimal microbiome health. With this unique dual encapsulation delivery system, it protects the sensitive probiotic cultures from stomach acid, delivering it safely and effectively to your gut. The 18 billion colony-forming units of probiotics, or good bacteria, consists of 24 active cultures. an unparalleled variety of carefully selected strains from 22 different species for exceptional microbial diversity. It maintains healthy intestinal microflora balance. It supports healthy digestive and immune system function, as well as GI tract health, especially your intestines and colon. It supports optimal metabolism and food absorption. In simple terms, when you have a healthy microbiome with good bacteria, bad bacteria has a harder time doing its dirty work. Terrazyme is doTERRA's digestive enzyme. It includes a variety of whole food enzymes that help with digestion. It can be taken with every meal. It supports healthy digestion and metabolism and the conversion of food nutrients to cellular energy. It promotes gastrointestinal comfort and food tolerance. And it also has 10 active whole food enzymes. And now I'm going to turn it over to my friend Jules.
Thanks, Traci. I'm just going to throw in something here really quick. PB Restore and Terrazyme are must-haves. Terrazyme does so much more than just be a digestive enzyme, so everybody should be using those products along with LLV. But let's talk about this slide that's up in front of us right now. So we're going to have a couple of questions here, and I want you to play in the chat box if you would for me. And I want you to answer that first question there. Number one, what percentage has diabetes cases increased in America since 1960? So throw your guesses in the chats, particularly if you're new here. I'm curious as to what you think that increase might be. We've got 150%. Okay. Oh, my chat just disappeared. So I don't know who else is guessing. Anyway, here it is, guys. You ready? This really does deserve a drum roll. It has increased almost 700% since 1960. That's mind-blowing. So let's continue here in the chat box. Let's look at question number 2. How long does it take the average American to consume the same amount of sugar that our ancestors from 200 years ago would consume in a year? It took them a year to consume it. How long do you think it takes us to consume that same amount of sugar? Put your guesses in the chat for me, if you would. 3 years, 2 days. This one's going to be just as shocking to you as the other one. It takes us about 2 weeks. It took our ancestors a full year to do that. And we do it in about 2 weeks because everything that is processed pretty much is loaded with sugar and with bad oils and all the things that can mess with us. Okay. Look at the big blue numbers there on the screen, 6.8%. And if you read that, that goes on to say 6.8% of the US adult population has optimal cardiometabolic health. So what that means is only 6.8% of us are living optimally. So that means that 93% of us are living suboptimally. We can do better. We absolutely can do better. And one of the ways that we can do better is by using this MetaPower metabolic system that doTERRA has given us. And the key here is that it is a system. This line is the macronutrient line. You heard Traci talk about the micronutrient line with the LLV. This is the macronutrient line, and it pairs beautifully with lifelong vitality. This line does 3 things. It addresses cellular repair that helps lead to aging. It addresses our blood sugar regulation, and it also supports the inhibiting of fat absorption into the cells. So it does a lot of things, and all of these products that you see there work synergistically to make that happen. It's the first and only system that supports a full, healthy metabolism. It helps to curb cravings. It helps to sustain those normal glycemic index range. It also helps do that throughout the day when we're using the system correctly. And it also helps us have better cellular energy. If our cells have more energy, that just builds throughout our body and we have more energy. The healthier our cells are, the more energy our cells have, the healthier we are, and the more energy we have. Those of us that have used this line and can report improvements across the board, but just some of them are in eyesight, in our energy, in lowering pain, lowering neuropathy, getting better sleep. That was one for me, definitely improved my sleep. It helps with skin and also helps our hair grow and our nails grow, things like that. It improves our mood. And it also, another big factor for me, is that it helps with mobility and strength. It helps to help our body build lean muscle mass. This is just an amazing product. So let's look at these pictures here that are on our screen right now, and we'll start in the upper left-hand corner. You see this young woman there in the left-hand corner, and you see that she has a before and an after picture. Well, she, in those pictures, they were taken 4 months apart. She had amazing results, and you can see that in the inflammation in her face. You can see it in her skin quality, in her eyes, in her hair. It just is almost exponential, really, just those pictures, looking at the difference in those pictures. And then look at the guy on the bottom left of your screen. You can see a difference, again, in the shape of his face, but you'll also notice that he says that he had improved skin elasticity. And he says, my hair is darker. You can see that. He lost a lot of the gray on his head and on his face. And he had his blood work taken after 3 weeks on the MetaPower system. And it showed a 40-point decrease in his cholesterol numbers. It showed a 25-point decrease in his LDL. And it also showed a 57-point decrease in his triglycerides. So it really, in just a real short amount of time, can make a big difference for people. So on the right-hand side, you see a woman who has some really dark spots on her arms. And we've all seen that as we age. We've seen it in our aging parents, and some of us who are aging, we may have started noticing things like this. This is a 58-year-old woman, and she had these spots. She was pretty concerned about them. So she actually went to her doctor, because every time she bumped herself, she got one of these. And the doctors biopsied things. They told her, it's just what happens when you get older. Don't worry about it. She started using MetaPower. And after just 3 months' time, you can see that the spots are nearly gone. You can see some tiny, tiny bit of remnant to them, but they are mostly gone. She says she's seen other changes as well. She's had weight loss of 60 pounds. And she says her hair is thicker. Her nails and hair are both growing like crazy. And probably the most important of all, because it's not just a vanity metric in hair and skin, it's that she has lowered her A1C levels as well. Super, super powerful product line. This is my favorite product in the line. This is the MetaPower Advantage. This is one of those little packets right here. And we want to highlight this because it is a collagen product, and it is unlike anything else on the marketplace. This product has 9 different types of collagen, and over 70% are in a tripeptide form. And so that means our body is going to absorb it 12 times more than any other collagen. A peptide, just for reference, a peptide is basically just a large protein chain. And when it's in a tripeptide form, it's broken down into 3s. So it's broken into much smaller bites, and those smaller bites make it easier for our body to absorb them and utilize them to their utmost benefit. Advantage comes in these little small packets. They're freeze dried. And the important thing about freeze drying is that they lose no nutrient value, no scientific value when it's freeze dried. They're in these little packets, and we mix it with 4 to 5 ounces of cool water, and we drink it down. It's not meant to be sipped over any length of time. It's meant to be mixed up and drank down. There's 2 flavors. This one is the cherry pomegranate. It's a limited time offer, but we're all loving it. And the other one is the wild orange or lemon lime flavor that you see on the screen there. So let's talk about the things that this does for us. It promotes healthy biological aging and improves our health span by helping our aging cells. It helps us activate our longevity genes. It helps to improve our cognitive function. Our brains just work better when they are fueled better. It supports lean muscle and connective tissues. It improves our skin density, the elasticity of our skin, the firmness of our skin. And if you're like me and you're a little bit of a science nerd and you love the science about knowing how and why these work, ask whoever invited you here to this call, because we can send you a link to a deep dive class where we deep dive on each one of these products specifically and get all your questions answered there. We have one of those on lifelong vitality as well. So if you like the science part of it, you want to look at those links. Okay, so I'm going to share my MetaPower testimonial, and it's not one that is, you know, earth-shattering probably to anyone else when I share this, but for me, it was kind of earth-shattering because I have an autoimmune challenge that I deal with that causes extra inflammation in my body. And I've been dealing with that since 1998. Actually, that was like diagnosed when I was diagnosed with it, but I think I was dealing with it long before then. But in 1998, my body really started going south, and I felt like it derailed and the inflammation in my body went crazy. This product that was introduced 2 years ago has been a game changer for me. My knees feel so much better. I'm back to doing my workouts. My back feels better. I'm back to doing my workouts. I'm back to being able to roll out of bed and not be barely able to walk. This has improved my life so much that I won't ever be without it. I take 2 of them a day because it is so helpful to me in that inflammation department. So that's my story about MetaPower Advantage. And I'm not sure, I can't see faces right now because I'm just looking at my screen there. But if Haley is still on, I know Haley has a good Advantage testimony as well. Haley, do you have one you could share if you're available? She may not be available. I'm not sure. Doesn't look like she is. Doesn't look like she is. So we'll just go ahead and move on to our next group of slides here. And I think Michael takes over from here. Yep. So I'm going to turn this over to Michael, and he is going to take it away. Thanks, Michael.
You're welcome. Thank you. I am Michael. I'm in Oklahoma City. I've been with doTERRA for since 2021, so about 3 years now. It's been a blast. It's been a journey, but we are here. We're going to look at the oil side now. So on your slide, you'll see this is an independent study that doTERRA oils were found to be therapeutically relevant in cell growth and rejuvenation, metabolic health, and healthy inflammatory responses. Essential oils from different companies and competitors have minimal effects, and they concluded that the therapeutic potential of essential oils is highly dependent on the complete composition of the oil. Sourcing, processing, and characterization are critical. And you'll find 2 articles about Roseman University and the work that they have done on essential oils in the research file that your wellness advocate can share with you. And put a yes in the chat if that's something you'd like to have. It's a great resource. So the doTERRA difference. When an oil is truly pure and they don't have any fillers, they will not include synthetic ingredients, and there's no dilution. Independent lab tests show that the majority of brands available to consumers aren't pure, and I can post a link to that study at the end of this class. doTERRA sources their oils from plants grown in their ideal environments. This makes all the difference for the chemical profile and the therapeutical effectiveness of that oil. Every batch of doTERRA oil is tested for ideal chemistry and consistency that our oils do what they're expected to do. So over 54 tests are ran and on each batch of doTERRA oils, and from the farmer to the consumer. That's huge from the beginning to when you have it in your hands. I just love that doTERRA does that. And doTERRA oils can be used topically, aromatically, and generally internally. People turn to doTERRA because they want safe, affordable, and effective solutions for their family's health. Let's look at what this means exactly. Many look for safe and effective solutions that don't have dangerous side effects or the risk of addiction. We just mentioned independent lab tests show that 80 to 90% of oils on the market have contaminants and synthetic markers. We suggest never ingesting another brand. And doTERRA recognizes that the essential oil industry didn't have a standard for purity and to ensure safety. So they created a new standard called CPTG, which means Certified Pure Tested Grade. To raise the bar throughout the essential oil industry, the standard is beyond organic and includes significant testing that isn't cheap. And doTERRA will invest to ensure you have the most effective, safest product because that is what's best for you. Many doTERRA oils are safe to ingest. If it can be ingested, it'll have a food grade label on the bottle. So we're gonna look at the slide here with the burn on the girl. So these two sisters were spending the night at their grandma's house, and they were used to putting doTERRA lavender on their chest just before bed to help them relax and go to sleep. Well, grandma was out of doTERRA lavender. She used a backup from another company in her cabinet and that she bought from a health food store and figured it's just lavender. Well, the girl ended up with chemical burns with scars almost a year later. I'm not saying this will be your reaction to other essential oils. However, it is important that you understand the risk. doTERRA oils are safe to use at any age from newborn babes to great grandma. Brand matters for safety. So affordability and effectiveness. This is awesome. So let's look at the affordability and effectiveness next. Believe it or not, affordability is one of the reasons people turn to doTERRA. Oils are 50 to 70% times more potent than herbs. And this means a little bit goes a long way. So we're going to illustrate this. Using the chat feature, make a guess. A recent test of Costco peppermint oil showed that it's not 100% peppermint oil. How much peppermint in that Costco bottle of peppermint oil is actually peppermint? Anyone want to take a guess? 6%, 3%, 2%. I don't know the answer. That's funny. Okay, so it's just 10%. 10% of oil in that bottle was only peppermint. So the rest of it was filled with who knows what it was. I mean, yeah. I'm going to share a testimony about myself here in a little bit later, but about this, and I'll touch on it a little bit more. But when you use as doTERRA CPTG oil, you get 100% of the oil, making it much cheaper than other options that may be diluted. Some fun facts about affordability. So each 15 ml bottle, I happen to have a bottle of lavender in front of me. So this 15 ml bottle has 250 drops in it. One dose equals 1 to 2 drops. And on average, that's about $1 or less for a treatment. Here's an essential oil tip. When you are treating any kind of infection, disease, or ailment, it's always better to use less oils more frequently throughout the day. Using 8 drops of an oil on a wound at one time will not be more effective than using 1 drop of oil on a wound every 2 to 3 hours throughout the day. Use less more often. So effectiveness. This is one of the my favorite microbiology lessons. For our scientists that are here in this workshop, we know this is a very simplified lesson. So here we go. Our body's made up of cells. Each cell is surrounded by an oily membrane intended to protect it. It keeps the good in and the bad out. When we have a bacterial infection, you can see you can get an antibiotic to help you with it because the bacteria grows outside of the cell. Viruses are different, and it perforates the and goes on the inside of the cell. And essential oils, unlike most common medicine, can penetrate the cell membrane and help stop the duplication of a virus and support our immune system to heal faster. When we have our essential oils on hand, you can begin to support the body in healing it immediately instead of paying a copay and waiting to go see a doctor. So we're going to look at a few essential oils now that we should keep in our medicine cabinet and whatnot. So immune support. I have a handy dandy keychain that I keep with me. It's easy. You can attach it to your purse. You can throw it in your, it's got a little hand. You just take it with you wherever you go. It's nice to have on the go. So there's many oils that support the immune system, but we're just only going to talk about a few. One of my favorites here is tea tree. I'm going to talk about tea tree today. It's great for all things fungal of any kind of infection. It's great for acne. Use it when you shave or to prevent a razor burn for us, I guess guys and women, but good for cold sores, use on wounds and cuts. Amazing if you struggle with smelly armpits, even when using deodorant. That's interesting. But so my thing with tea tree is anytime I'm feeling under the weather, I feel something coming on, I always grab it and I apply it to the bottoms of my feet. And there's other ways I use it too, but that's one of the simplest ways to use it for me. And I see that it helps support me before it gets even worse. So that's one thing I love about tea tree. Also smells so much different than what people say tea tree from other big box stores. So it's anyways, so medicine cabinet basics. Imagine a medicine cabinet filled with safe and effective oils without addictive properties or side effects that will have you ready at a moment's notice to address little emergencies. Well, here are but a few medicine cabinets basics. And again, they're in my keychain. To honor your time, I'm only going to share one though, and we're going to go to peppermint. Peppermint, everything cooling and energizing. It increases energy in the afternoon when you need to wake up and focus. It oxygenizes your cells. It's great to diffuse when studying or working when you need to be alert. You can use this when your sinuses are stuffed up and you need to open your airways. It's wonderful to relieve for tension or headaches, knock it out before it really sets in. When you eat something spicy or you eat too late at night, peppermint can help with acid reflux and prevent it. When overheating on a summer day, those days are coming. I can't wait. But or your kids have a fever, you'll be glad you have your oils to cool down. Your body can take 1 degree just by using peppermint, or it's also great for hot flashes. Let's go back to the chat feature and take a wild guess. How many cups of peppermint would take to equal 1 drop of peppermint oil? So like peppermint tea, sorry. How many drops of peppermint would equal a thing of peppermint tea? Did I say that right? 6. Okay. 10. Well, 1 drop is equal to about 28 cups of peppermint tea. It's a lot. So when I first started with doTERRA, I was actually a other oil user from a big box store, and I did not hearing about the studies and whatnot just shocks me now that I've been using doTERRA oils. Like, I wonder what I've been using. So, but what amazed me was peppermint. Peppermint was the first one given to me from Bobby, and I was amazed how quickly it helped my tummy issues that I had for digestive issues. And just, I was using peppermint, but I wasn't really using peppermint until I tried doTERRA peppermint. And I quickly realized the difference and how it helped my tummy and really helped with I had a lot of like bloating and whatnot, and it just helped with the cramping. It was amazing to see the difference, because there really is a difference. So we're going to move on to pain and inflammation. So here we've learned at the beginning of this workshop the impact how inflammation is a cause of disease, and doTERRA has safe, effective, and non-addictive tools. And these oils and products on the screen are some of my favorite to address pain and inflammation. So Deep Blue is a must-have for muscles and joint health. Not only does it relieve pain and tension, it's an amazing oil in it to help support muscles and joint and bone healing. It alleviates back pain. And when you have a nasty bruise forming, you can grab your Deep Blue to stop it in its tracks. The stick has copaiba in it as well, and it's easy to apply without getting it on your hands. So copaiba is also another oil to use for pain and inflammation. It's a super anti-inflammatory. You can layer it with another oil to increase its effectiveness. When you really need the boost of pain relief, this is what you're going to use with your Deep Blue. If you ever suffer from any emotional strain or anxiety or depression, this oil can calm and soothe. Supports other major body systems like the heart, nerves, respiratory, immune, and skin. It can be really helpful for ADHD or ADD, and it's a CBD replacement as well. Oh. Mood and essential oil support. So we're going to wrap up this oil selection with oils to support your mood and emotional support. For those of you who indicated at the beginning that you are someone in your family that deals with heightened emotions or low lows, this is great options for you. I love all three, but for your time's sake, I'm only going to talk about one, and that's adaptive. Adaptive, it helps the brain stay in an executive functioning in the frontal cortex. Instead of going to a fight or flight mode. It brings a calming effect over the body, and you can diffuse it in a room or use it topically. This oil, along with others, personally, I have at my office, at work, whenever I have a stressful situation or whatnot, I love to grab my oils and I will apply it, take a few deep breaths, and I'll even put it in my diffuser and turn it on. Matter of fact, I had a customer that was really stressful and it was very hard to deal with, and I did exactly that. And it was amazing to see the difference in just a few minutes later, or actually really seconds, but as time progressed, it was even amazing to see the difference, not with just me, but my customer in the office, how it went from a very stressful situation, but to a joyous time of seeing him go in a good mood and a good attitude. So there's that. So we've learned some powerful things about pure essential oils just now, and it's truly just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to support for your health, physically and emotionally. There's so much more to learn, but that for us. So I'm going to introduce the next speaker. I don't remember who it is, but they're going to take it from there. I think it goes back.
Thank you so much, Michael. I loved all our top 10 oils and all the benefits. So let's kind of go back to when I mentioned about 8 years ago when I started the oils. I never imagined myself actually building a doTERRA business that made such an impact on, impact people's lives. When I got the oils, and I never imagined, I stopped using Tylenol. I started using the peppermint. I stopped using, for Motrin, backaches. I've always had some issues with back. So the top 10 oils supported me in so many areas that I started sharing. The Serenity just, really calmed my mood. And once I started sharing and hosting, it was incredible that I was a stay-home mom, PTA mom, and I was just getting people to sign up. And I was like, wait a second, this is so interesting. So it all started with just kind of sharing, and now I love making a difference, changing people's lives in a significant way, their health, their emotions, financially. It's time flexibility is so key because I can do this when I want, and it's convenient for myself and for my family. You can make new friends. You know, it really did a turnaround for me after the first year because initially I never was introduced to this group. I didn't know what good vibes was. I wasn't able to support the customers as far as education. So I love having friends through our Good Vibes tribe, our educations, classes like this. And I've met wonderful people like you all, and it's been great. So doTERRA has really changed my life. If any of this sparks any interest in you, talk to your wellness advocate. You know, you can be using the oils, but it's another thing when you start sharing it as a business. They can always get you an invitation to our upcoming financial wellness workshop. I believe we have that next Monday. It's always on the third Wednesday of, I believe third Monday of the month in the same Zoom room. A keychain like he just showed, you can have this. It's valuable items on the go. If you want this, you can host a workshop. You can host a class online. We love to help people discover power of these essential oils. So invite 5 people to this Zoom workshop that we host every Monday at the same time in our Zoom room. If you have thought of any friends to bring, family who might enjoy learning at a workshop geared towards specifically to them, talk to your wellness advocate again to schedule. In either case, Monday night workshops, if you host them in person or in Zoom, you will receive this keychain free to have on the go. For individualized workshops, the ideal size is 5, which is very doable. Your keychain will include 5 of the oils that you for hosting and any additional for each new guest that will be there. Again, let your wellness advocate know. It is almost time for our giveaway. And to wrap up tonight's workshop, we're so glad that you've been here tonight. We have a favor to ask. In the chat, you'll find the link for a quick survey. The link will be posted. You can use the QR code or on the screen. Your answers will really support your wellness advocate to serve you better, enabling them to target your health needs, offering solutions that can realistically help you reach your goals. Let's give you a couple of minutes to fill that out. And as you're completing the survey, put a done in the chat once you finish, because we don't want anyone to miss out before we go on to our giveaway. Okay, great. We see some dones. Thank you for helping your wellness advocate be able to do their job well and for taking a step towards wellness. We love to support people in their journey. I'm not sure who is doing the giveaway.
It's me, Autumn. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you. And I'm glad to see you here. Thank you so much, Annette.
You're welcome. Let me see if I can flip my camera. I've got our prize wheel up with all of our guests. Oh, but it's blurred, sorry. But I've got our prize wheel up with our guests for tonight, and I'm gonna go ahead and click the prize to see who our winner is. Oh, it popped up as Elise, but it looks like she left the class a little bit early, so let's spin again. Give me 1 second. Oh, and it popped up as Sarah G this time. Congratulations, Sarah G.
All right. All right. So thank you. Congratulations, Sarah G. I'm not sure whose team you're on, but you can just let us know, let your advocate know. And we'll send you those ebooks. In this last hour, we've covered a lot of ground. Hopefully you've been encouraged to consider doTERRA, how doTERRA could be a powerful support for your health and wellness. Within the next few days, your wellness advocate will reach out to you and continue the conversation. If there's any questions that have come to mind, we'll help you find solutions that help your needs you indicated in this survey. In case you missed it, we'll post the link again. And as we said, our heart is to serve you well. You're not alone in this journey. So we want to invite you for any support that you may have, and invitation to our Facebook group, Good Vibes Tribe. And everyone is invited to our Tuesday night class, continuing education. I believe tomorrow is class number 2, but if someone can help me with what the topic is, I forgot. And then you can use the same QR code or Zoom room on the screen to get there. We look forward to cheering you on, and thank you so much for attending our workshop. Not sure if there was any questions.
I don't see any
guess
current
not.
questions in
Yeah.
chat.
I don't see, Haley said supplements. I'm not sure. Okay.
That's probably what the class is over on tomorrow
Okay.
night.
Oh, supplements. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. I appreciate it. So tomorrow we'll be in depth on LLV supplements and any of our probably other additional supplements that we have. And you know, it's weird that we all think doTERRA is known for essential oils, but their first their number one is it is their supplements. So we'll learn about that tomorrow. Thank you so much. And I guess we will say goodbye. Bye-bye.